Hi everybody, here we are one day more in Eurovision Fantasia. We are Cara and Aitor, and today we have with us Atle Pettersen, one of the contestants for next MGP 2023 to represent Norway in Eurovision 2023 in Liverpool. Hi Atle, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming to our interview. Sorry.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Such an honor.
Yeah. So we know that you are busy with the rehearsals and preparing everything for the third semifinal. So let's get into it like directly. So first of all, how do you feel when you got chosen to enter this competition, which you are not new to? And also, what are your expectations for this year's contest?
Uh, Felt great. This time, actually, last time I was participating, I kind of like they asked me if I wanted to participate, and then we tried to find a song. But this time, I found the song. I had the song. I didn't exactly know what to do with it, but I was thinking like maybe MGP would be a cool thing, and this year I sent in a song, and I was like, hopefully they'll like it, and they picked it, so I was super happy. It feels more important to me this time. It feels like it matters more, so I'm really excited. And a lot of great songs this year
Mm.
in Norway, a lot of great artists. So it's gonna be fun.
Was there like a particular moment, like you knew you wanted to come back to MGP because obviously you competed once before and in MGP Junior? Like, was there like a moment where you're like, I want to come back to this, I want to enter MGP again, I want to win that, I want to go to Eurovision?
I've been dreaming of that my whole life. So yeah, it's 20 years ago this year since I was in the junior version. So yeah, I knew I wanted to come back. I knew that if I was going back, I needed to have a song that actually means something to me, you know. Um, yeah, when I found this song, I just knew that this is what I'm gonna do. Feels much better this time.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, of course. So now talking more about your song, can you tell us a little bit more about what inspired you to write this song called Masterpiece? Because we can see that has a more deep meaning and personal meaning to you than other songs as War of Fire, for example, that you sang in MGP 2021. Is this a new sound from you? That's something that you want to also like do more music like this one? That you say that it's more like you wrote yourself and it didn't come to you like randomly, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
can you tell us a bit more about the lyrics and the meaning of the song to you, and why did you choose to enter MGP with this song?
absolutely. Uh, like my music in general now, I try to write music that means something to me, you know. Um, I've been doing like I've been a professional artist for 12 years now, and always when I write music earlier, it was like I try to write a song that somebody is gonna like, and it needs to fit into this or fit into that playlist or whatever. But nowadays, I just want to write songs that I really care about and that has a deeper meaning to me. So um, uh, it's a long story, but um, when I grew up, I had a very complicated relationship with my father. I haven't spoken to him for almost 15 years now. So being a father is something that I've been afraid of for many years. I was very unsure if I was going to have a kid someday myself. Like I was really scared of how I would handle that. And a year ago, I became a father myself, and it was the biggest thing that ever happened to me. And I kind of like I had to face my fears, you know, and I had to deal with that. So I wanted to write a song about that because becoming a father to me it means that like it's the biggest love I've ever experienced, but at the same time I've never been more scared in my whole life, you know, like scared to not be good enough, but also scared of her, like about her, like how is her life going to be? How can I do my best to support her? And I know that someday she'll have to manage on her own. So that's kind of what the song is about. It's about my love for her, but also my facing my biggest fears.
Could you like maybe like a little bit more elaboration on like the process of writing this song, like how it all came to be, how the idea came to you to write a song about, the thoughts and all that?
Yeah, I went to Sweden to write some music, and the plan was to write some music for some other artists because I do that a lot as well. And I came to talk with one of the writers, Andreas. You probably know him, Andreas Stone. He's been writing music for
Yeah.
MGP, Eurovision, a lot of. He's a great writer, and he has a daughter the same age as me. So obviously we talked a lot about that. And the third writer in the room, she came in and she was like, I have this title, but I never had like, I don't know how to write this song, you know, I don't know what it should be about, but I have this title. And we was like, okay, we've been talking about, you know, kids and being a dad and for hours. And she came in and was like, so what is the title? And she was like, no, it's masterpiece. And Andreas and I was like, that we instantly like, that's our kids, you know, that's
Yeah.
what we're gonna write in this session. And then we like, we didn't know if it was gonna be MGP or whatever. We just wrote that song to our kids, and when it was done, it just felt right to take it to MGP because I wanted to show something that is real this time.
Yeah, I mean, we can see that this song is like has a deeper meaning than the other songs, which I really like the other ones, but it feels more true and more like vulnerable in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, about the song, like you already said, like how the song was written and everything. And now let's talk more about the live performance. So we remember that from 2021 that your performance was quite like dynamic, and you know it was like because the song was up tempo, so it required that. But what can we expect for next Saturday, the 20th of February, January, sorry, where you will be competing in the third semi-final of the MGP 2023? Will you be on your own? It will be like more like a storytelling this time, more like a deeper meaning performance, and also will you keep the same for the following week if you go to the final in Trondheim?
Well, this time I really want the focus to be on singing the song. I really want the focus to be like, this is the story, this is the emotions that I want to tell you, and hopefully people will relate to those emotions. Like if you're a parent or if you just have someone in your life like that really matters to you, you know, the masterpiece, it doesn't have to be like a child. It could be whoever in your life that you care about. But I really want to like tell that story and focus on the emotions. So I want to kind of take it down this time, make it more naked, you know, make it naked, clean, vulnerable, uh, and not so much, you know, not so much show.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. There's no juggling and people blowing flames, you know. So, but of course, the lighting will be essential to make this what it needs to be. Like, I want it to feel like there's just this guy alone in space. That's the kind of the feeling, and then he's just pouring out his emotions.
That's cool. So
Nice.
also, like, if you were to qualify, obviously on Saturday and come to Trondheim, vegan, I'll be in Trondheim. Actually going to the final.
Nice.
If you were to win MGP, what would that mean to you? And would you change the performance for the Eurovision stage?
It would mean, of course, everything to me. Also because like I've been doing music for so long, but I also felt like I've never, you know, nailed my own music. So that's why it's really, really important to me. And also I've been dreaming of Eurovision since I was a little kid. So that would be like the biggest thing that ever happened to me. besides getting a kid, of course. But music-wise, it kind of depends on the staging. Like, that's what sets the frame, for what you can do. So um, obviously, if there's something that makes more sense to do in Eurovision, I would change it. But I'm probably not gonna go to Eurovision and just do something completely different. But I think like the Eurovision stage has even bigger potential to create the pictures that I want to create with this song.
That's great.
Yeah, of course. And talking about apart from like what you have right now for Eurovision, you said that you've been like working also like recently in like you've been changing the sound and you want to like be focused more on this kind of sound, more vulnerable and more real to you. Is this something like are you gonna release more music in this like direction? What can we expect from you in the near future apart from Eurovision? Any new songs release or album, collaborations, concerts?
Yeah, I actually have 2 songs ready that are just waiting. So I constantly now I produce myself as well. So I just try to build up a good catalog, and I want to change my focus to like release more music. Last couple of years I've been doing a lot of musical shows, a lot of TV, but it kind of feels now that it's time to change it up and focus on the music and and write songs that um, has a meaning and write song that people can relate to and and can make them feel something or help them in a way or whatever, make them happy, comfort them if they're sad. Just I just want to create something that's real.
Yeah, definitely. That's really great. But back to MGP though. So obviously you're competing on Saturday. You got very strong semi-final and very strong competition in general. How does the competition make you feel? Is it quite nervous, excited about it? Like, how does the whole general like strength of the competition this year like make you feel?
Makes me feel really bad. Makes me feel like what am I doing here? Like there's so many
I
great
mean, like,
singers.
if you weren't good enough, why would they put you in a competition this strong?
I don't know, but it makes me feel insecure. That's the truth. Like, so I haven't watched anything because my mind I just can't take it. Because then I start to dig my hole. I'm like, oh, they're great. I should quit. What am I doing here? So I'm just trying to block everything out and focus on what I'm gonna do. And I had to talk earlier today with a friend of mine. He's like a not a mental coach, but like a motivator. He writes books about that and stuff. But and he told me like you need to focus on the stuff that you can do something with, like I can't like how people gonna vote. I can't do anything about that. How the other guys are gonna perform, I can't control that. But what I can control is my own show, how I'm gonna sing the song, the story I want to tell, the emotions I want to express. So yeah, I'm just trying to focus on that, and of course I know it's a strong heat, so I'm gonna be overly happy if I get it through to Trondheim. Um, but also I'm really like no matter how it goes, it's the first time I feel like I put a song out there and people really care about it. Like I've touched some people with it, and that's what music is all about, to put it out there and make people care and make people feel something. So like no matter how it goes, I'm just really happy about that.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, year after year, we see that Eurovision is becoming more like this, like the song about like the meaning of the song is what it really matters, rather
Yeah,
than the show or like the how like radio friendly the song is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
And
really,
of course, there's a lot of, like it still needs to be like a show. It's a big stage, and I want to entertain. I love to entertain, but there's different ways to entertain, and the place where I am in my life now, it feels more important, you know, to just show some real emotion. Just tell people like, hey man, I feel like this. If you do too, that's great. Then we can connect.
That's great. It's also great to hear a guy talk about like his emotions more. I feel like it's more of a girl thing to talk about emotions. Like my friend, like maybe one or two of them is actually comfortable enough about showing their emotions. So it's really great that you can like put like a big song out there, like show the whole of Norway about that you're a guy speaking out how he feels and stuff, and like that's amazing because it's
Yeah,
something that people just don't do, and it's like really bad. Like they should be doing it more.
definitely. And especially like I got that experience when I became a dad, because like I'm feeling all of this stuff about that. Like I'm scared. I feel that I'm not good enough. How can I do this? I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm thinking like, but everybody else got it under control. But once like if you dare to say like to someone like, dude, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I feel scared every day. Everyone answers like, dude, me too. And then like, okay, so we should talk about this because you're feeling the same things that I'm feeling, and I'm walking around here in my own little world thinking like everybody else got it under control, but that's not the reality. So yeah, I'm really pro like we should speak up and just it's not dangerous to say what
Great.
we
I always
feel.
feel better about it. You know, if I'm stressed out, stressing out earlier, text my friends, I felt instantly better and talked about it. Like, you know, people just
Yeah,
it's sad, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. And now talking more about Eurovision, focusing in Eurovision, like, is there any like a specific song that you remember from Eurovision that you really like, or like you really remember, either from Norway or like other countries, like because also like you've been like part of like junior MGP, so I guess that you've been following Eurovision for very long time. So I guess
I
your
mean,
yeah.
there's so many great songs that's been created uh, for Eurovision or for MGP or whatever, but that's uh, come out of it. And but I think like an all-time favorite is probably Euphoria. I don't know that song is just. I
Mm,
think it might be the best song in the whole world.
mm,
Like, um, and also that performance because it was so simple.
Yeah.
It was just her. She was awesome. There was great, clean lightning, and she just put it out there, you know. Um, so that's very inspiring for me. But of course, there's a lot of great songs. I don't know why. So many that they don't come to me.
Any
It's
Norwegian maybe? Any Norwegian?
yeah, of course. Like everybody in Norway, we love, of course, our first winner, like Bobby Socks, Klabbesving. Yeah, it's like classic, and it's so cool because it still hits in
yeah.
a way. Like it still hits new generation. It's just something about that melody, the tempo, like everything. It just fits perfectly. You become happy. Like it gives you an emotion, and that was the point of the song. Um, also, I like a lot of songs. Actually, I like the old classics though, but um, I think one of the better one we put there. I'm like I shouldn't uh, I shouldn't say it because she's a big competition this year, but I'm so I think it's so sad that Ulrika didn't go to Eurovision with attention because that song is brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that would like be really up there if there was a Euro, but we will never know. But that is one of like the better ones that we
Mm.
produced up here in the north.
Oh,
True, true. So yeah, I think we finished the interview. So thank you so much for your time, and we wish you all the best for Saturday. We will be watching it from here from London and rooting for you. We can wait to see the
Thank you.
fans. And yeah, I hope to hopefully can see you next week in Trondheim on the
That
finals.
would be great. That
You
would
will
be
be there.
great.
Nice.
And now before we go, if you can send a message to our fans and your followers of here on Eurovision Fantasia, that would be great. Thank you so much. Tack.
Thank you. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for the support. Thank you for your time, for having me here. It's so much appreciated that you want to listen to what I have to say, and I'm gonna do my best to make you proud.